ऐसा नहीं कि लाइन है बोल दिया, बहुत सारे एक्टर्स 200 एक्टर्स के आसपास ने बोली होगी वो लाइन ऑडिशन में, लेकिन जितनी अर्नेस्टनेस से चित्रा ने बोली वो लाइन, वो और किसी ने बोली थी। लग रहा था कि जिंदगी उसने दाव पे लगा दी है उस लाइन पे. So that I think that earnestness that someone brings in, and when she said it, she had tears in eyes, because when you see it like that, it can just be a line. Try नहीं करोगे तो कुछ नहीं बदलेगा.
Awesome. So first of
Yeah.
all, you guys are in the middle of pre-production right now, so must be busy and stuff. And so
Yes.
really thankful to you for taking out the time for this podcast. So let's start with the
That's fine.
quick introduction. So you are a filmmaker, you are a director, producer, musician, and a lot more. So I think you are the definition of multi-potentialite. So it's really awesome to talk to you. So your films have won a lot of awards and stuff. So I was watching your TED talk, and there you said that you had put your entire life saving. You had sold your house that you had bought as an investment, and then you, on top of that, you had also raised 25 lakhs, around 25 lakhs by crowdfunding and stuff. So I think this happens only when you are really passionate about something and you really want to do something. So the reason why I wanted to do this podcast was for a very personal reason. I am running a startup and I need a lot of energy, and what I've realized is that if I talk with people who are very passionate about their stuff, I that passion rubs off. So that is one personal reason that I'm doing this. But another reason that I wanted to do this podcast was
Yeah.
that I used to talk to a lot of people, and what I had realized was that a lot of them do not love what they do, and a lot of it had to do with not knowing what their passion was. So the intention of this podcast is to interview people from various walks of life and understand their profession, uh,
Right.
and get an insider's view as to what the profession is and what all
Mhm.
challenges you face, or what all
Correct.
challenges you tackle on a day-to-day basis. So this is the podcast around that. Awesome. So let's start with with a bird's eye view of filmmaking. So what do you think is the process of filmmaking? Would love to get a bird's eye view on that.
Uh, I don't know, man. I don't know if I have a bird's eye view yet. I think the process of filmmaking is just it. Actually, forget bird's eye view. Let's just go deeper. Let me try to give you emotionally what the process of filmmaking feels like. So
Sure.
when you introduced me and you said that you put your life savings in a film, that was true. All that crowdfunded the film, but that was 4 years ago, and we've made 4 films still since, and
Right.
it still doesn't feel any easier at all. Which is why when someone like if someone sees it from outside, it seems like okay, this person has won these awards. They have 2 films on Netflix. They have 2 more films that they've made. But for us, the journey emotionally is still as difficult as it was 4 years ago, which is why I'm not able to relate only to awards. I'm not able to relate to any of that because it doesn't feel any different. It's not like, but what has changed is that one is able to find happiness in the process instead of trying to get to any point. In every day, in being a filmmaker, you seek happiness. So I find that that is what filmmaking should ideally teach and end up teaching everyone, because it's just so like you are bombarded with things so much all the time that unless you're able to become that person who can seek happiness in the process itself every day, you'll be a sad person. That's why you have so many frustrated people working in filmmaking who are really sad. They get suicidal. So it's a very difficult thing in that sense. I find that more than bird's eye view, this is what I would say, um, because you can't be happy at the finish line. There is no finish line, and it's like every day you're dealing. So like yesterday, we got a notice from two people because some actor had whistled 15 seconds of some song that sounded similar to their song.
Oh.
So we've been asked to take our films off the platform and re-edit them. So it's just random. Life is just random like that, man. It's not even like it was their song.
Mm-hmm.
And also it's someone who's hub. It's like आप improvise कर रहे हो किसी एक्टर के साथ, कोई बात कर रहा है, उसके बीच में किसी एक्टर ने किसी गाने का एक 15 सेकंड विसिल कर दिया. It sounds similar to someone else's song, so you can be sent a legal notice and your films have to be taken off and re-edited. So it's that random, man. So if I try to see myself from the outside, I think, why am I being a filmmaker? I mean, it's such a frustrating line of work. Why am I being a filmmaker? Unless on an everyday basis, I genuinely am able to, and now I'm able to see happiness in just being a filmmaker. So I find that more than a bird's eye view, I would say that there was this line from a book called Hero with a Thousand Faces by Joseph Campbell, which said a hero is a champion of things becoming, not things become. मतलब कि रोजाना की जिंदगी में बिकमिंग के प्रोसेस में जो हीरो रह सकता है वो फिल्म मेकर रह सकता है. Like a Scorsese, I am sure is a champion of things becoming, not things become. जो बन गया वो खत्म हो गया, उसका आपको आपकी जिंदगी में उसका कोई फायदा नहीं होने वाला. You are every day in that new Hercules के जो 12 tasks थे, you are constantly in a new task of Hercules and you have to remain Hercules at some level. I don't know if I'm able to put what I'm feeling across.
Definitely.
Maybe I don't know.
So, what part of the process excites you the most, and would love to understand that process a bit better, so that others who are interested in filmmaking could understand that a bit better?
The part of the process that interests me the most is dealing with people.
Okay.
I think that human dynamics and creating a बहुत सारी अलग अलग एनर्जीज आपके पास आने वाली हैं. एक सिनेमाटोग्राफर की अलग एनर्जी होगी, एडिटर की अलग एनर्जी होगी. तो एक इट्स लिटरली लाइक बीइंग दिस ऑर्केस्ट्रेटर ऑफ मेनी इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स. हर एक का इंस्ट्रूमेंट का एक अलग साउंड है, उसकी अलग हिस्ट्री है, और वो सब इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स को साथ में एकजुट करके आपको एक सिम्फनी बनानी है. So that I think that human dynamics of dealing with different kinds of minds and dealing with different kinds of people and their natures and still making one cohesive sound in which no note is out of place, that I find is beautiful about this job. I can only liken it to जब मैं पृथ्वी जाता हूँ और सिम्फनी ऑर्केस्ट्रा ऑफ इंडिया का कुछ सुनता हूँ परफॉर्मेंस, तो मुझे लगता है कि हाँ ये मेरा काम है. क्योंकि वो वही है कि हर एक इंस्ट्रूमेंट बिल्कुल ही अलग है. सो दैट आई फाइंड very unique to filmmaking. I'm sure it's the same with companies and all, but I think filmmaking, because that 20-25 days 30 days of the shoot feels like war. It's like going into war.
Okay.
It's no different. And I feel it's like labor pain. मतलब ये जो आपका पूरा एक साल का प्रेपरेशन होता है वो प्रेगनेंसी है, और वो 18-20 दिन लेबर पेन है. बट वो बच्चे की मानसिक स्थिति, उसकी फिजिकल शारीरिक स्थिति कैसी होगी, that depends also on the 9 months, not on that, only on that labor pain. So people keep thinking कि हाँ तेरा शूट तो फरवरी में है, तो अभी तो कोई काम नहीं होगा, क्या कर रहे हो? It's not that at all. I mean, if you don't prepare well, then that shoot is going to be a nightmare. That's all.
Okay. Yeah. So what I wanted to do was to have examples behind all these theories. So if you could give an example ki acha ye shoot tha and we were doing this and then this happened and this part of that particular process I really enjoyed. So something on those lines.
As I said, what I really enjoyed is getting people together. So I don't know how to, like, it's like somebody is going through anxiety and somebody is maybe, okay, great. This is how life feels every day. Okay, sorry. Yeah. So I feel that it's difficult to give an example, but I feel that, let's say, human beings in their personal lives go through so much stuff, and a lot of times that we've ended up working on a film, people are at various, I don't know सिर्फ हमारी फिल्म के साथ होता है, नहीं सबके साथ ही होता होगा, but I think बहुत सारी फिल्मों पे somebody is going through a very bad marriage and they're at a point where they might end up going through a divorce. Then they come onto our film. So our film becomes like this special world where lots of people are thrown into this situation जिसके बाद उनकी जिंदगी फिर कभी ऐसी नहीं होगी. I don't know how that happens, but वो बहुत बार होते जा रहा है. टिकली लक्ष्मण से भी. Like there was this one lady who came from Kerala. She used to teach architecture at a master's level. She had never done art direction before. She became the art director on the film. She came as an assistant. She became the art director. There's somebody else in Tota Pataka who came as an assistant. He became the colorist, and we did a separate contract as a colorist with him. Then one other guy who came and worked with us as an AD, intern AD, he became the art director. After that, he worked in the art direction team of Sacred Games. So I'm just saying that it's a very strange thing that I find that the way we've ended up making films, it becomes like there is a before and an after to those people's lives. Sometimes it may not be the best after, but mostly it's a better after. But that's also something I've noticed that happens quite a bit.
Very interesting.
I'm still not able to answer your question. I'm trying to think of what, like for example, if you're doing the art direction based on one location, and last minute the location is changed because जब टिकली लक्ष्मण पे सब सेक्स वर्कर्स थी, तो आप जब किसी से बात कर रहे हो, किसी होटल ओनर से या रेस्टोरेंट के ओनर से कि हमको ये रेस्टोरेंट चाहिए उस दिन के लिए, तो वो बोल देता है हाँ ठीक है, ये अमाउंट डिसाइड हो जाता है, ये इतना वक्त चाहिए, प्री लाइटिंग के लिए वक्त चाहिए, इतना शूट के लिए चाहिए और सब सामान निकालने के लिए इतना वक्त चाहिए, ठीक है, इतने पैसे चाहिए, अग्रीड हो गया, साइनिंग अमाउंट दे दिया जो भी. अब उस दिन हम वहां पहुंचे, उसने लड़कियों को देखा वो सेक्स वर्कर्स के भेस में, वो देख के उसकी फट जाती है, बोलता है नहीं मैं नहीं दे रहा हूँ रेस्टोरेंट अपना. अब आपने आर्ट डायरेक्शन अपनी की है पूरी based on that particular restaurant and the physicality of that restaurant. Now you have to change it at that point. So if you are not, so what becomes the resistance to change? If you don't trust each other and you don't have that love for each other as a team. Agar cinematographer doesn't see the film as her own film, then she's going to see it as she's going to feel victimized. She's going to feel कि क्या तुमने location last minute change करने दे दी तुमने, कैसा production है ये, मैं नहीं काम करने वाला, ऐसा होगा. अगर वो अपनी फिल्म समझती है तो उसको लगेगा कि शिट हमारी फिल्म के साथ कितना खराब हो रहा है, आदित्य how can I help you, how do we do it? So that changes the minute someone sees it as their own film. And that seeing it as their own film comes when you worked on pre-production for 9 months together and seen everything in a shared spirit. So that I think helps a lot. Otherwise, at the last minute, there'll be all these conflicts and then the film will not survive. So I don't know again if I've been able to explain myself, but getting people to see it as their own film means that you involve their voice in the first 9 months of pre-production. Not just their mind, but also their voice. They should feel कि हाँ ये मेरी फिल्म है, मेरा भी इसमें, मेरी भी आवाज इसमें है. Exactly like a सिम्फनी ऑर्केस्ट्रा, मतलब हर एक इंस्ट्रूमेंट की आवाज है ना उसमें, ऐसे नहीं कि इंस्ट्रूमेंट साइड में बज रहा है सुनाई नहीं दे रहा, बट वो अलग से नहीं बजता, एक सुर में बजता है.
Got it. Okay, so now this is the role of someone else. I want to know how your normal day looks like. So what all do you do on a normal day? Let's say you could pick any one phase, maybe pre-production, production, or post-production, or any of that.
Like my today's day, let me just talk about today's day. We're making a film set in Singapore, which is about a Singaporean Chinese 70-year-old taxi driver who's been a taxi driver for 35 years, more actually 40 years of his life. And the other character is this Indian woman who's 38 years old, who comes from India, and it's a story about both of them. It's called Father Like. So this morning I was looking at Singaporean films and taking notes myself on the art direction. To see how they've seen what they call Housing Development Board House, HDB, जैसे हमारे यहाँ म्हाडा होता है बम्बई में, महाराष्ट्र हाउसिंग एंड डेवलपमेंट एसोसिएशन, म्हाडा के घर होते हैं, तो यहाँ हाउसिंग डेवलपमेंट बोर्ड के घर होते हैं जो थोड़े सब्सिडाइज होते हैं, बट फिर वो एक ब्लॉक जैसे दिखते हैं, उसमें अलग एक कैरेक्टर इतना हर एक घर में नहीं होगा, बिकॉज ऑफ कोर्स दे आर जस्ट ट्राइंग टू मेक चीपर हाउसिंग फॉर पीपल. तो टैक्सी ड्राइवर एचडीबी में रहते हैं, तो एचडीबी की आर्ट डायरेक्शन कैसी की गई है. सो आई वाज मेकिंग नोट्स ऑन दैट. व्हेन आई वोक अप आई वाज मेकिंग नोट्स ऑन दैट. First of all, I run every day because I feel that it helps my mind. Otherwise, I feel that I start getting depressed or anxious if I don't do some cardio every day. That really helps me maintain perspective. So then I started making notes on this. Then I started making notes on certain shots that I wanted as transitions. So I started seeing films which have used good transitions in Singapore, films made here. So how are they seeing the city, and what are transition shots that they've used? How can we do it different, but what can we learn from them also? So I was making notes on that. Then I started making notes on some certain character changes that I wanted in the screenplay. When we did auditions with actors, some actors had feedback कि अच्छा ये किरदार के साथ जो इक्वेशन है वो थोड़ा यूनिडायमेंशनल लग रहा है, तो उसको कुछ कर सकते हैं क्या. तो वो एक्टर तो तब ऐसे ही बोल रहा था जब ऑडिशन दे रहे थे, बट मेरी स्क्रिप्ट के लिए वो फायदेमंद चीज है, तो मैंने वहां नोट्स बना लिए थे ऑडिशन के वक्त. तो अब मैं उस नोट्स पे अमल करके उसको लागू कर रहा हूँ उन चेंजेस को स्क्रीन प्ले में. So that's something I was doing. And then the ADs came to work. They came at about 11:30. So this I was doing till they came. Then at 11:30 they've come now. Then I got into a call with one of the editors who's creating all of our promotional material for Not Today, which is our suicide prevention film. So we have a song by Aditi Ramesh. Aditi Ramesh is a really nice musician. If you haven't heard her, please check her out. So she's done the music for Devi Your Hero and for Not Today. So we were उस जो प्रमोशनल गाना, उनके गाने पे एक पूरा एक प्रमोशनल वीडियो बना था, उसमें दो चीज बीट पे नहीं थी, दो कट्स बीट पे नहीं थे. तो आई वी चैटेड विद द एडिटर ऑन अ जूम कॉल एंड आई पॉइंटेड आउट एग्जैक्टली कहाँ मुझे लग रहा है कि वो बीट पे नहीं, मतलब एक बेस गिटार है उस गाने में, सो इट हैज दिस, द बेस गिटार ऑलवेज कीप्स अ बीट ना, so you got to find that bass line and then
अच्छा.
cut on that. So you got to find some line and cut on that. So it was not on beat. So we had a discussion. So that took half an hour. Before your call, that was the half an hour call that I did.
अच्छा.
Then I'm talking to you. After this, I'll go and look for some locations. So that's kind of how the day goes, man.
Okay.
You end up
Okay.
doing a lot of stuff related to it.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. So, a lot of time what happens is many people talk about the good part about a profession, but I think there's a lot of
Right.
leg work or grunt work and stuff that you don't really like doing, but you have to pull
True.
something off. So would love to listen to something of that sort, something that you
As I
don't
said, I
really
mean,
like.
we got these legal notices last night. I mean, who would have expected it? It's something you don't really want to deal with, but you have to. You have to
Right.
deal with it like full on. Then you'll get 7 days to respond. Other the film will get taken off. अभी ये जो INB मिनिस्ट्री ने सब OTT प्लेटफॉर्म्स को अपने दायरे में ले लिया है, अभी
Right.
ये चीजें रोज होंगी. अब तक नहीं हो सकती थी, अब रोज होंगी. जिसको जो भी बोलना है, यू कैन सेंड अ लीगल नोटिस. इसके पहले क्या था कि अमेरिका से कोई कंपनी आई है फॉर एग्जांपल, या कोई और Amazon फॉर एग्जांपल, या कोई भी जगह से कोई कंपनी आई है, तो आप क्या करोगे? वो यहाँ से है नहीं और वो इंटरनेट पे चल रहा है, कोई किसी फिजिकल जगह पे भारत में चल नहीं रहा है. सो दैट्स हाउ इट वाज वर्किंग. अब आईएनबी मिनिस्ट्री ने जो इस सब चीजों को अपने अपने दायरे में ले लिया है, तो इंस्टाग्राम पे भी कोई वीडियो है तो उनको नोटिस मिल रहा है. पिछले कभी कुछ हफ्तों में, आई डोंट नो इफ यू हर्ड अबाउट, बट एनी singer or anyone who's been using any kind of song has suddenly been getting these legal notices. So this is not work you want to deal with.
Okay.
What you have to deal with. So this is pretty much administrative work, legal work. Baki, I don't like producing. I produce films because I have to. I find that it helps me protect the creative material. I don't like producing. It's administrative work. It's गधा मजूरी का काम. बहुत मतलब प्रोड्यूसर आई फील सबसे छोटा इंसान होता है सेट पे मेरे हिसाब से. मे बी रॉनी स्क्रू वाला नहीं होगा, लेकिन मेरे लिए तो ऐसा है, बिकॉज आप प्रोड्यूसर हो तो सबके ईगो आपको हैंडल करने पड़ते हैं, और सबके ईगो आपसे बड़े हैं. That's how it is.
Okay. Okay. Got it. All right. Let's move to the next question. Please tell me about the challenges that you faced, not the legal challenges. Okay. In the creative field itself, what is the more difficult part to do, and how do you get around, or how do you deal with such challenges?
I think producing films is the difficult part. Selling films is a very difficult part.
Okay. Okay.
So every time you have to find a new strategy. Sorry, go on.
Challenges that excite you, that push you.
Okay. The writing is always a challenge that pushes me or excites me. I always feel that I have lost the power to write. So that's a fear that is always there, because I see it happening around me. A lot of my heroes now, when I look at their cinema, I'm like, "Bhai, क्या script है?" So I feel that मेरे साथ भी होगा. So I'm always afraid कि अच्छा अब हो गया, अब मैं नहीं लिख पाऊंगा अगला. तो वो डर हमेशा रहता है. That's one challenge that is always there for me, that I'm excited by but also afraid of. And then the actual shooting of the film, it's like going to war. So I'm getting older. I have asthma. My stomach is not as strong as it used to be. I just recently for 3 months had irritable bowel syndrome. The body is doing its own thing based on how much you fucked it up over the last 10 years. So yeah, you do get a bit, मतलब जितना आप में लायन हार्ट था 4-5 साल पहले, 35 की उम्र में जितना लायन हार्ट था 40 की उम्र में, थोड़ा फिजिकली लगता है कि अरे यार वाट लगने वाली अभी वो 20 दिन में जब शूट होगा तो. बट ऑफ कोर्स आप, दैट डजंट स्टॉप एनीथिंग, डजंट मेक यू स्टॉप एनी एक्शन, बट यू जस्ट आर मोर अवेयर. तो उतनी थोड़ी सी झिझक होती है कि अरे यार वाट लगने वाली है 20 दिन. सो दैट्स ऑल.
Give me a deep dive into a challenge. So maybe an example of this is the challenge that I had faced earlier, and it took a really lot of effort to deal with it.
I don't know. It's difficult to talk about, like if I'm talking about writing as a challenge, how do I talk about that? I don't know.
Maybe on the
because
direction
it's a challenge
side.
that you love. On the direction side, it's a very simple thing. So in Tikli and Lakshmam, you have this guy who, his name is More, and he's the bad cop in the film.
Mhm.
So he's the one who abuses the women. He's the one who does things to people, and he keeps laughing. He has this very bad laugh. तो दो चीजें थी. एक तो जब वो आए तो मुझे लगा कि शायद उनका जो नोट था परफॉर्मिंग का वो हमारे फिल्म के नोट से थोड़ा ऊंचा था. मतलब पिच
What
होता है
does
ना,
that mean?
हर एक
Okay,
परफॉर्मेंस का एक
okay.
पिच होता है.
Mhm.
I won't get into that more because it's also about someone's
Okay.
act. That actor may
Yeah,
also
yeah.
see your video, so I don't want to really be
Cool, cool,
negative about anyone. But
cool.
I feel that. So then my solution to that was to tell him to laugh a lot more, because
Okay.
then he just laughs. Then it's not like he's trying to perform lines. So that
Okay.
was one way of
Mhm.
the other thing was कि उन्होंने जो एक कास्टिंग में मेरी मदद की थी कामिल शेख ने टिकली लक्ष्मण के वक्त, और काफी मदद की थी. तो उन्होंने ये किरदार ढूंढा था मेरे लिए. इनका नाम उदय अत्रोलिया है, ये एक्टर को ढूंढा था. तो कामिल को मैंने बोला था कि उदय मस्ट नो मराठी बाय द टाइम द फिल्म हैपेंस बिकॉज़ इट्स अ महाराष्ट्रियन कैरेक्टर. मोरे इज अ मराठी नेम,
Right.
महाराष्ट्रियन नेम.
Right.
जब फिल्म का वक्त आया तो आई हैड ट्रस्टेड हिम कि मतलब आप मराठी इनके साथ प्रैक्टिस कर लेना, और ये सब लिखत में है, ये मैं ऐसे बोल नहीं रहा हूँ, ये सब ईमेल्स पे है ऑलरेडी.
Mhm.
जब फिल्म शुरू हुई, जब मैं वो एक्टर से फाइनली सेट पे मिला तो मैंने उनसे मराठी में बात की, उनको समझ में नहीं आया. तो मतलब मराठी में उन्होंने वो कास्टिंग वाले इंसान ने इनसे मराठी के बारे में बात ही नहीं की थी, भूल गया था.
Okay.
So
Oh.
now we have a character who's from the north, who talks like that, and his name is More in the film. And so then I was like, अब क्या करूँ, अब तो शूटिंग शुरू हो गई, और
Correct.
हमने इनके साथ ऑलरेडी 2 पोर्शन शूट कर लिए थे जहां उनका सिर्फ चेहरा था.
Mhm.
बात नहीं करनी थी उनको. जब बात करने वक्त आया तो आई रियलाइज उनको मराठी तो आती नहीं. So
Oh.
then I had to get Lakshmi says to Tikli in some part कि ये कितना हरामी है, कोटे के लिए यादव से मोरे बन गया.
Okay.
So that explains it कि मतलब एक कोटा होता है हर एक स्टेट का for the police force.
Mhm.
So he basically got his name changed to get into the police force. So he's
Okay.
actually Yadav, but he's now become More. So that was it. So that's it. In that one line, that so if you feel in the film कि इसका नाम मोरे है, तो ये साला हिंदी में कैसे बात कर रहा है और उसमें मराठी का बिल्कुल ही कुछ ये नहीं है. So then that was one creative way of solving it on the set right then. अभी
Awesome.
जैसे हाँ टोटा पटाखा में वो बॉल एंड चेन है जो कबर्ड में लगता है, अब उन्होंने वो कबर्ड का होल ज्यादा बड़ा बना दिया वेल्डिंग
अच्छा.
करके. अब वो
Okay.
कबर्ड एक एंटीक लुकिंग कबर्ड, हम जैसी इंडी फिल्म में हम थोड़ी 10 कबर्ड ले सकते हैं, एक ले लिया, वो पैसे खर्चे हो गए. अब उस
Correct.
कबर्ड में उन्होंने होल बड़ा बना दिया, तो मैं क्या करूं. तो हमने वो स्टूपिड सा बॉल एंड चेन डाल दिया. अब वो बॉल एंड चेन इतना स्टूपिड लग रहा था फिल्म में. तो फिर देयर इज अ कन्वर्सेशन बिटवीन चित्रा एंड द अदर्स, जब वो शटर डाउन कर रही है उसको अंदर बंद करते करते, वह शी सेज कि ये बॉल एंड चेन किसने लगाया हुआ है. सो चित्रा से इसकी पता नहीं, चूहे हुए आते होंगे इसने से लगा दिया. So it's a strange way to solve these things, but what happens is you don't even realize it. It's that if I had not done that, somebody would have written it in a review. अभी जैसे IMDb पे 70-80 रिव्यूज आ जाते हैं, जो भी लिख लेता है, तो किसी ने तो लिख लिया होता. आज तक किसी ने लिखा नहीं है, ना किसी ने मोरे के बारे में लिखा है, ना किसी ने बॉल एंड चेन के बारे में लिखा है.
Right.
So hopefully that means that it doesn't stand out too much in people's minds because you've resolved it somewhere in some small way without
Correct.
not letting it stick out. That's all.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. So, what's your most recent learning? So, I'm sure you must be learning throughout, but what is the most recent learning?
My recent learning, which I'm still dealing with, is how do you deal with mental health issues on a team. So it's something that I won't get into details because it's not it's personal to other people.
Okay.
But it's something that I have started to learn, that people who are in आपकी निगरानी में कोई अगर काम कर रहे हैं, तो अगर उनको, if they're dealing with any mental health issue, how do you see to it that you put that on a priority beyond your filmmaking? So that's something that I am learning.
How do you even notice that somebody is struggling? Because I have been involved in this space a little, and people don't talk about it, right? I mean, they don't come
That's
up
fair.
and say.
That's fair. I think with us what happens is that people become like family members.
अच्छा.
अब तो सिंगापुर में we even cook lunch together every day. So अब तो
अच्छा.
बहुत ही ऐसे familiar हो गया, because ऐसा ही है. अब बाहर जाओगे नहीं खाना खाने 4 लोग, इससे अच्छा आप खाना बना लोगे. So then it becomes pretty familiar. We've invited all the people who work with us. We invited their parents also to come and meet us for dinner, Shweta and me, so that they don't feel कि हमारे बच्चे कहाँ काम कर रहे हैं. So we try to do that every year as much as it's possible. जो बाहर से आते हैं मुंबई से, of course I can't do that, but जो मुंबई के लोग हैं normally do that. जैसे रुचा और हर्ष के मैं पूरे फैमिली से मिला था जब हम नॉट टुडे बना रहे थे. So then what happens is that you start noticing if someone is, let's say, not sleeping enough, You start noticing if someone is not alert enough. You start
Mm-hmm.
noticing if someone, of course, sometimes people break down, and you see them somewhere in that state. Then you start being more observant about things, and then you try to talk to them about it. Um, so yeah, I again won't want to get into too much detail, but I also, it's just that I feel that I'm realizing that I'm realizing that because life has changed over the last maybe 20 years quite a bit. Because when I was growing up, there were no phones and there was no social media.
Mm-hmm.
So gratification was very different. आप बहुत लंबे अरसे के बाद आपको ग्रेटिफिकेशन मिलती थी कोई भी चीज की. अब
Correct.
इंस्टेंट ग्रेटिफिकेशन का ही टाइम है. तो उसका प्रभाव दिमाग पे बहुत ज्यादा पड़ता है, बिकॉज जिन चीजों में आपको ग्रेटिफिकेशन देरी से मिलती है उसका बहुत खराब असर होता है. जैसे मेरी माँ उस दिन बोल रही थी कि रेडियो पे अगर उनका पसंदीदा गाना आ जाता था तो वो पूरे हफ्ते के लिए सबसे खुशी की बात होती थी. तो
Okay.
अभी आपको जो गाना चाहिए ऐसे मिल जाता है, तो आप
Right.
डिले ग्रेटिफिकेशन और भी मुश्किल हो जाता है टू डील विद.
Mm-hmm.
एंड लाइफ, like bringing up a child, being in a relationship, making a film, they are all things of delayed gratification.
Right.
So
Right.
now when 99% of your life is on Instagram and you make a video in 10 seconds or in 10 minutes, you make a video and you put it up and you get gratification in that 24 hours. But your working job is to make a film which is going to take you 1.5 years to get gratification. So your mind is finding it clearly more and more difficult. So I find that this also creates a lot of mental health issue. The point is just that I feel that there's a lot more of it now than when I was growing up, and it's just a fact.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no comparison between. It's not like I'm saying the olden days were good. Fuck the olden days. The point is just that there's more now. Clearly, like I'm seeing a lot more of it now. And
Mm-hmm.
I think it's coming out of these things. एक दूसरी चीज है जो मुझे लगता है कि when I was growing up, मेरे पास बैट थी और किसी के पास उससे छोटी बैट थी या बड़ी बैट थी या बेहतर बैट थी, या किसी के पास बॉल था जो मेरे पास नहीं था, गम बूट्स होते थे जो मेरे पास नहीं थे, किसी के पास लाल रंग के थे, किसी मेरे पास सिर्फ काले थे. ये कंपैरिजन होता था. और मेरी कंपैरिजन, मैं जिस बिल्डिंग में रहता था उसके इर्द गिर्द एक दो बिल्डिंग्स में जो रहते थे बच्चे, उससे थी ज्यादा से ज्यादा. अब क्या है, थैंक्स टू सोशल मीडिया एंड द वे द वर्ल्ड हैज ओपनड अप, 12 साल की उम्र से 13 साल की उम्र से आपका कंपैरिजन है काइली जेनर के साथ, आपका कंपैरिजन है किसी के साथ जो यूएस में रह रहा है, जो यूके में रह रहा है, जो स्टार है, जो सेलिब्रिटी है. तो ऑब्वियसली मायूसी ज्यादा होगी, दुख ज्यादा होगा, कोफ्त ज्यादा होगी जिंदगी में. So I find that these two things, to my understanding, are some causative factors. There are many more. There are many more chemical causative factors. The kind of food we eat, the kind of nutrition that's going into a baby's upbringing, all that. But I feel definitely mental health issues are a lot more. So I think that this year has been a learning for me in the fact that this is something that Shweta and I will also um, have to learn to deal with a lot more going ahead as two people making films with crews with many young people. Yeah, that's about it. So it's something
Awesome.
that I find really important because it immediately precedes the film for me. Last year also we had an AD who was going through something, and for 1 week I just stopped. I just stopped work
Acha.
and spend time with that person. Yeah, so I just think that it's something that going ahead I want to be more and more aware of, and it's just very important for me. That's what.
I think uh, even I faced a similar problem, and I took time, an entire week holiday, and I took a break, and then I actually watched your video, and that's what gave me a lot of perspective. And one of the reasons why I'm having this podcast right now is because I watched that video. So I'm really thankful to you for that. All right. So let's move to the next question. What is an unpopular opinion that you have that many people in your industry don't have?
It's a good question. Let's sort of think about it. Yeah, unpopular opinions. I don't want to grow bigger.
Acha.
Yeah.
Why?
ऐसा नहीं
Why
कि
is that?
मुझे कोई, जैसे अभी कोई मुझे कोई शो देगा डायरेक्ट करने को, तो ऐसा नहीं करूंगा.
Mm-hmm.
पर अपनी जो मैं खुद फिल्म में बना रहा हूँ, एक फिल्म जो हर साल में बनाने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ, उसमें मुझे बड़ा नहीं बनना. स्केल से मेरा कुछ मुझे एक्साइटमेंट नहीं होता स्केल से कि मेरा बजट कितना है. अरे मैं अपने एफटीआई की एक दोस्त से मिला था कुछ साल पहले एक फिल्म की स्क्रीनिंग पे. तो मैं पहली फिल्म बना रहा था, तो बोला बजट क्या है तेरा, मैंने बोला 50 लाख. 50 लाख, अच्छा मेरी फिल्म का बजट तो 4 करोड़. तो उससे मुझे कुछ एक्साइटमेंट नहीं होता.
Okay.
मतलब तेरा बड़ा मेरा बड़ा वाला हो जाता है. इट डजंट एक्साइट मी. So I find that money anyway doesn't excite me, so budgets don't excite me. And so I don't want to, like, it doesn't excite me कि मैं अभी मैंने 30 लाख की फिल्म बनाई, 50 लाख की फिल्म बनाई, मैं अगले साल 2 करोड़ की फिल्म बनाऊं, वो मुझे एक्साइट नहीं करता. I find that I want to maintain the budget so that I am able to still have creative freedom. Because the minute budgets go up, you need to then justify that budget with either a bigger actor or a star or so on and so forth. So that's something that it's an unpopular opinion. Most people do make indie films to then work with bigger stars. अपना ऐसा नहीं है. This is now our 5th film this year.
Okay.
We are still working with great actors. We still do auditions. This year there have been some comedians, very famous comedians, very well-known comedians who have auditioned for us.
Oh.
They're really good actors. So whoever is a great actor, like we just
Mhm.
go by that. We do
Awesome.
auditions and then that's it. So that's an unpopular opinion.
Cool. How does the casting process look like? So what do you look for, and how does that happen? What's the process?
I look for how strongly somebody can feel that emotion of that scene at that point. Like, nothing else.
अच्छा. Okay.
जैसे अगर टिकली बोल कह रही है, टिकली के ऑडिशन में एक सीन था जहां वो मरीन ड्राइव पे बैठे हैं और वो टिकली वो वीडियो बना रही है लक्ष्मी का, और फिर
Yeah, yeah.
जब चित्रांगदा आई थी तो उसने असल में वीडियो बनाया था, एक्टिंग नहीं करनी थी. उसने फोन उठाया, फोन शुरू किया. लक्ष्मी का जब विभा के साथ कंबाइंड ऑडिशन था तो उसने असल में विभा का वीडियो बनाया, असल में बात कर रही थी. और जब उसने वो लाइन बोला कि ट्राई नहीं करोगे तो कुछ नहीं बदलेगा, वो जब उसने लाइन बोली तो उसमें लग रहा था कि उसमें एक पूरी जिंदगी का भास है. आई डोंट नो हाउ टू पुट इट. मतलब you could feel the effect of an entire lifetime that has been led on that line when she said it. So there was an earnestness in it. ऐसा नहीं कि लाइन है बोल दिया. बहुत सारे एक्टर्स, 200 एक्टर्स के आसपास ने बोली होगी वो लाइन ऑडिशन में, लेकिन जितनी अर्नेस्टनेस से चित्रा ने बोली वो लाइन, वो और किसी नहीं बोली थी. लग रहा था कि जिंदगी उसने दाव पे लगा दी है उस लाइन पे. So that, I think, that earnestness that someone brings in, and when she said it, she had tears in eyes, because when you say it like that, it can just be a line. Try nahi karoge to kuch nahi badlega. You can be saying this to someone who's going through domestic abuse. You can be saying this to someone you could be saying this in Spartans who are going to fight as 300 against 10,000. So it's a line that can either be a throwaway line जो तुम चने के भाव ऐसे फेंक सकते हो, या तो उस लाइन में आप इतना वजन डाल सकते हो, not by making it dramatic, but just by putting emotion, feeling that line so strongly that it has the power of 1,000 lines. So I think when Chitra gave the audition, so that's what matters to me. I feel that, so it's not even about the lines. I feel that in that moment, if someone is feeling what they're supposed to feel very, very strongly, then you can feel it. And it's not even like I only decide my auditions. Our entire team watches them. And what's beautiful is I hold the veto vote. तो हमारे अगर सब एडीज हैं तो श्वेता एडीज, सिनेमाटोग्राफर, हम सब ऑडिशंस फाइनली देखते हैं जो फाइनली शॉर्टलिस्टेड ऑडिशंस है, और मैं एक वीटो वोट होल्ड करता हूँ कि अगर सबने एक तरफा कुछ बोला है और मुझे फिर भी लग रहा है कि और किसी को कास्ट करना चाहिए, तो फिर मेरा वीटो वोट है. मैंने आज तक वो वीटो वोट यूज नहीं किया. मतलब कि वो कंसेंसस ही होता है. मतलब कि अर्नेस्टनेस सबको दिख जाती है. मुझ में ऐसी कोई खूबी नहीं है मैं सीन लेके पैदा हूं कि मैं ऑडिशन देख के परख सकता हूँ कि भाई ये बाप एक्टर और किसी को समझ में नहीं आता. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. एक फैंटास्टिक ऑडिशन को आप किसी को भी दिखाओगे. मैं अपने अगर जो मेरे श्वेता के दोस्त हैं, हमारे दोस्त यहाँ जो बैंकिंग में फाइनेंस में काम करते हैं, मैं उनको भी वही ऑडिशन दिखा दूंगा तो वो भी उसी कंसेंसस पे पहुंचेंगे कि दिस इज द बेटर एक्टर. दैट्स द ब्यूटी ऑफ परफॉर्मेंस.
ओके,
ऐसा.
that's very interesting. Great. All right, so let's move to the next question. What's a common myth about your profession? People outside your industry, obviously.
I can't call it a myth, but I think one very big common myth is that people do more drugs in this industry, which I find is bullshit, because I've been a musician for a while. I've been into advertising for a while, and I've been into the corporate feature filmmaking space for a while, and I've also been at film school. So I would just say that no, I don't think so, man. Like, I find filmmaking seems to be like, at least in my life, that's also maybe because I've reached that point in my life and then I'm into making films. So I feel that that's not true, man. There are many other professions where, in fact, in the world, if you see Wolf of Wall Street, in the world of finance, which is supposed to be a 9 to 5 job, especially investment banking, there is so much more drug culture. So that's a myth about the fact that film industry में ये सब गंद भरी हुई. This is bullshit.
Why do you
At
think
least I have to seen it myself day in and day out.
Hmm. Why do you think so many people are afraid of getting in the film industry, apart from drugs, of course?
I think because it's a very insecure line of work.
Okay, okay.
There's a lot of insecurity. You have to completely embrace insecurity every day. जैसे मैं अब यहाँ बैठा हूँ, तो हमारी देवी और हीरो अब तक बिकी नहीं है. नॉट टुडे का तो अब दौर अभी शुरू हुआ है, बिकॉज 4 महीने पहले फिल्म कंप्लीट हुई, बट टेक्निकली मेरे पास 2 फिल्में अनसोल्ड हैं और मैं
Okay.
फिर भी अपनी 5वीं फिल्म शूट करने जा रहा हूँ फरवरी में. अभी इससे ज्यादा क्या इनसिक्योरिटी होगी? एक एक फिल्म एक घर की वैल्यू का होता है, तो आप एक मिडिल क्लास इंसान ये क्या क्या स्टेक्स लेके चल रहा है, एंड स्टिल यू कांट थिंक अबाउट इट एवरी डे. इफ आई वेक अप एंड थिंक अबाउट इट एवरी डे, आई कांट फंक्शन ऑन. सो there's that level of insecurity. That's how it is here, unfortunately. अभी जैसे आप एक आमिर खान की जिंदगी के बारे में बात करोगे, उसकी उनकी लास्ट फिल्म थग्स ऑफ हिंदुस्तान थी, उनपे भी कहीं ना कहीं प्रेशर होगा इनसिक्योरिटी का कि अगली
Right.
फिल्म का कुछ अगर नहीं हुआ तो क्या होगा, तो अंदर ही अंदर तो इनसिक्योरिटी होगी. सो इवन समवन एट द लेवल ऑफ आमिर खान डील्स विद अ टन ऑफ इनसिक्योरिटी. That's just how it is. So I find that's why people are afraid of the film world. That's the core thing. अभी वो आप बाहर से जो भी झूठ क्रिएट करो कि अरे ड्रग्स होता है, ये होता है, लोग कास्टिंग का कुछ होता है,
Hmm.
ये तो है यार. अभी ऐसा नहीं कि हमने, जो मेरे दोस्त है बैंकिंग में, ऐसा नहीं कि बैंकिंग इंडस्ट्री में बॉस और एम्प्लॉय के बीच में इलिसिट रिलेशनशिप नहीं हो जाते हैं, बहुत ही मतलब हर लाइन ऑफ वर्क में. आई एम नॉट सिंगलिंग आउट बैंक, डेफिनेटली. The
Hmm.
point is just I have some exposure to that because I've been
Okay.
a banker, so I get to know a little bit more about the banking industry. My mom
Hmm.
was a banker again,
अच्छा.
so that's all. So I just feel कि ये एक चीज है जो एक बहुत ही बड़ा मिथ है मेरे हिसाब से.
Fair, fair. Awesome. So let's come to the last part of the podcast. So I watched your TED talk and I was really intrigued by the concept that you had discussed there. So though this podcast is not intended in that direction, but I really want you to talk about it because it really excited me, and I think that a lot of people need to hear about this. So tell me about finding freedom as a filmmaker.
I don't know what to say, man. I mean, it's just that I feel that uh, I won't get into the whole podcast or the whole real TED talk. I would just say
Sure,
that I
sure.
find that your job is to give vent to the noise inside you. बहुत ही एक कश्मकश चलती है हमारे बचपन से, एक दुविधा चलती है, एक ऑलमोस्ट एक युद्ध चल रहा है अंदर आपके. तो आपका काम है कि उस युद्ध को आप बाहर निकालते जाएं, नहीं तो आप सड़ सड़ के मर जाएंगे. ऑल ऑफ अस कम फ्रॉम चाइल्डहुड्स एंड पास्ट व्हिच आर ऑब्वियसली काइंड ऑफ ड्रामेटिक, otherwise you would not be here. So I feel that that whole noise inside needs to be let out. To let that noise out, you have to first quieten everything outside. That's all. So, so people are not able to quieten everything outside only. So then they can't let that noise from inside out. Then there's no point being in the film industry, or there's no point being creative, because 20 years after being an artist, also you will still not have found any catalyst, any catharsis, any kind of a venting, any kind of a release of your inner demons and your inner problems. Then you may as well have worked somewhere else and found security in a job. So
Mm-hmm.
if you are not able to shut out the voices outside, so the voices outside are people's comparisons, people's opinions of you, money, justifying costs, finding producers. All that is the noise outside. What a market feels, what reviewers feel about your film, so on and so forth. You have to stop all that, make it quiet outside, stop reacting to everything, or even like your film's not getting sold, all those things. And you have to still focus on giving vent to all the madness inside, because that's your only job. And in giving vent to that is where you will find your salvation as an artist or as a human being. Otherwise you are very far from it. If you start, पहले तो आपको बाहर की आवाजों को चुप कराना है, you have to stop reacting to them, and
Mm-hmm.
then look inside and vent that what is inside. नहीं तो, as I said, नहीं तो 20 साल भी आप आर्टिस्ट हो गए तो कोई फायदा नहीं है. Yeah.
So let's say if I have an approach towards this and I say कि पहले मैं commercial films कर लेता हूँ, थोड़ा पैसा वैसा बना लेता हूँ, नाम बनाता हूँ, and once I have a steady platform, once people know that I can deliver, then I'll do films that excite me or I could relate to or vent out my feelings. So do you think that approach works, or do you think that people, once they are into this business of commercial films, they are done with and they don't usually get into venting out their own? thing.
I think I'm just not able to understand why you would delay your own happiness purposely. Doesn't make sense to me.
You did not you wrote novels, right, in the middle, because you did not think that it was the filmmaking was right thing, so you delayed your happiness.
No, but I wrote
Awesome.
novels then. Not at all. I kept writing novels and I self-published them.
Okay.
From the age of 26, I started to self-publish my own novels. That was the power I had then. I could not have made films at 26 because we didn't have the wherewithal to make them. But I didn't delay gratification at any point in that sense. I still worked in filmmaking. I never went away and did something else. And even when I worked in advertising, I kept writing my novels. So I kept that one thing alive and I kept putting those novels out. So in my own limited way, because filmmaking requires you to have saved a certain amount of money definitely before you make your first film. So I could not have done that when I was younger. So even though I walked away from filmmaking, the creative release and journey was always on. Because backseat, front seat, and driver's seat, if you ever read them, you realize that creative venting was on from the age of 26 only. There was no change there. मैं मोर नहीं ढूंढ पाता तो मैं आपसे ये बात ही नहीं कर पाता अभी. मैं अलग ही इंसान होता.
Right. Awesome. All right. Last note that you would like to give to upcoming filmmakers and producers and directors.
It's a people's thing, man. So try to love people more. That's all I can say.
Awesome.
It's a tough one. Yeah.
Great. It was great talking to you, Aditya. I learned a lot, and I hope that people will learn a lot from this podcast. Thank you so much
Thanks,
for doing
man.
this.